get clarification from the sides about which side they'll be playing on.
Sorry, we're getting that wrong.
The Springbok women playing in classic colours of the green and gold. The USA Eagles in their white strip. I'm just waiting for a ball too. Huge opportunity, huge day for someone like Ashley Cowdrey, USA Women's 7th player. How dangerous will she see? Less space to attack with, but definitely has the opportunity and definitely has the skill set to do so. A lot of the names for the Springbok women will be wanting to put their hands up today too and get their international season underway.
15, you ready? Thank you.
Liv Kalter with ball in hand. The 36 capped Eagle gets us straight underway and kicks it deep. Miscommunication between Obisi and Gunther.
Off the leg, no advantage, off the leg.
Behind Dolph, the birthday goal. It's a huge opportunity for the USA with ball in hand. Bella Vogel gets us into it out the back. Howard, Kate Zackary on her 50th. They love to use the width of the full rugby pitch to the USA Eagles. Tackles being made and asked to be made early for the Springbok women. Vogel. Tafuna.
Rip forwards.
And that's been ripped and ripped forward.
Rip forward. Rip forward.
Just a bit of a shaky start for the Springbok women, and immediately you can see the intent from the USA.
Yeah, set piece, which will be disappointed about the kickoff receipt. No communication, and it goes straight into transition, the USA. And yeah, ripped in the tackle. The ball went forwards. Unfortunate for the women, Springbok women. But the transition, watching their warm-up, the Eagles, the way that they set themselves, they could get the width of the play quite easily. And an early start for Ashley Cowdrey on the wing, which is good for her, settling her nerves.
Bind.
Well, can the Springbok women impose themselves?
Set.
Scrum time. Not like that.
This is an opportunity here for the Springbok women. Attack the set piece, get involved. Yes, you have a Hope Rogers who's quite experienced, but that's a chance for them because that's part of their DNA. This is where they want to put the stress, especially on this side.
Rogers up against Captain Laksha. That's going to be one of those tantalizing
bind
contests we'll see today. Vogel feeds, doesn't get a good hook, looking to come around the corner. Tafuna cleans up well into the hands of Matatonga. Zackary always busy. They've got a really busy loose forward trio, the USA, and there's another woman, Hope Rogers too. Try scorer galore is Hope Rogers. Vogel, Tafuna up the back, the 1-2 switch works out well, and it's exposed something on the outside into the hands of Matatonga again. She's been busy in this phase of play. Vogel, the youngster, out the back again, a couple of double passes, and then Kalter decides to put boot to ball, finding Dolph out of position, but that's just a little bit too much on that, so it'll be a goal line dropout for the Springbok women.
Very peculiar, that decision. Had the ball in hand.
But you say
the Eagles, and they chose to go for the kick.
Option.
Junior,
do you want a scrum?
International ice hockey and soccer. This is a good call after the scrum that they had.
On Angie.
They got a bit of momentum at the end of the scrum, made it very difficult for the Eagles to get away from the set piece, and Bella Vogel now setting up, drawing the line on the sand for the Eagles.
Yeah, so they had the opportunity. 10-bet Ellis Park, looking as glorious as ever. It's a crisp winter's day. The sun is really pretty much only there as a spectator. It's not really doing much today.
That's why I love Johannesburg.
Predictable. Okay.
First attacking scrum opportunity.
Both run throughs. We have too much movement. I can't move to the next call. Please, I need stability from both teams. Same mark.
Yeah, the message from referee Zoe O'Dear, very clear. Needs to see the right pictures early on. The first one went down, then they were able to get a little bit of a hook on it, the Springbok women, but they want to try and attack and attack well.
Bind! 8.
Good hit from both sides, but Nam Tose.
Tap and go from Tose finds Sizopila Solonsi. Now Apiwe Ngwevu will get into her running. Tose looking for quick ball. Lochner coming around the corner on the receipt. Hit down the Harlequin.
You get back 8.
Back in South Africa, wanting to come play her trade back in the green and gold. And what an opportunity to see her since the World Cup. Captain Lacha, Janse van Rensburg, just a bit of miscommunication, decides to take it into contact herself. Celia at halfback. Now they go through the motions quickly. Oh, that was almost on for the USA. Looking for supporters. Obisi finds it in Ayanda Malinga. Ayanda Malinga will expose the width on the outside, and Ayanda Malinga, when the chips fall in your favor, oh, do they fall well. Playing in the number 13 jersey for the first time, Ayanda Malinga. She's a prolific try scorer, and you won't stop her there.
Brilliant work. They show intent here. The Springbok women, they go with the width. Right now, Obisi looking for the width herself and finds the speedster. Ayanda Malinga onto the outside she goes. That's a brilliant start. Quick play in transition, straight from the
Thank you so much.
short arm. Free kick they got.
20.
And Ziaki Celia lines up.
Okay, 20.
Attempted conversion.
Not afraid to attack from anywhere, the Springbok women. Celia, her first opportunity off the boot and raises the flags, makes no mistake. The Springbok women take the early lead.
It's a brilliant start. At first, it was backing the decision from the captain to go to a scrum, and then from that scrum, they found themselves onto the width of the play. And Ayanda Malinga burning and scorching here at Ellis Park.
Tearing down the left. Ayanda Malinga, she kind of has this aura about her when she's playing now. She's playing with confidence. New opportunity, new boots.
How important was Lochner coming around that corner, busting over meters beyond the gain line.
Counter goes long, well received by Andre Dolph, finds Jacobs, who attacks the defensive line immediately. Flat ball to Janse van Rensburg with the quick release. Defense opportunity, or defense tested now from the USA. The birthday girl decides to put it on the boot into her opposite number's hands. Kalter gets her running. No one's touched Kalter yet. Kalter's still going. Well, that's a boot out into touch.
Yeah, tackle for Celia. Ushers it onto the touchline. Springbok women trying to first bring up all the back defenders who form the Eagles, and that way they go for a wide exit. But as Kalter decided that it was time for her to put her foot down and evading the tackles, but here, look at the work, using that touchline as an extra defender. Interesting play here, two-man lineup.
Over the top off that two-man lineup into the hands of Vino Beast, who just had to check her run a little bit. Quick ball, and that's what they want, the Springbok women. They want to test the lungs of the USA Eagles early on. Tose goes digging. Janse van Rensburg again, continuing to look for that width. Now into the hands of the speedster, Alicia Ari. She's impressed at domestic level, now looking to impress on international level. Ari's still going into the 22. Need quick ball. Celia is there. Celia with the pick around the corner. Celia's still going. Isolated though. That's been stolen.
Just could not keep up with her support, and the support could not keep up with her. But it's a great intention from the Springbok women, going with width from the start and finding themselves a lot of anchor and space out on the edges. Staying on top of the gain line, just not enough support players to retain a possession. Good work and scrambling defense from the Eagles to win that ruck.
Yeah, just there. Stay there.
Counter looking for touch.
It's great intensity. Talk about altitude, you have to use it. It's the width of the play. Players willing to put the ball into space. Iris does well, yeah, getting away from the touchline, closer to the people and the supporters. Look at the work that's been done.
first opportunity, line out time for the Eagles. Gets it off the top really well, does Taufo. Met in contact by the Springbok women. Lochner working really hard there, and that's brilliantly won by the Harlequin. Loose forwards all getting involved. High fives goes to the 29-year-old.
Yep.
Now Lochner really putting her body up here. Just the way her and all the big ladies up in the front, the tight five, working themselves into a space where they can keep the ball up off the ground. And I just deemed the maul, and maul you have to use it or lose it. They get the turnover. It's the scrum to the Springbok women.
Crouch!
Opportunity to
Bind.
attack. Using the scrum, the Springbok women just outside
Set.
the 22. Do we see something up
Still
the
time.
sleeves? Yes, we do. They set up that rolling maul off of the scrum.
Maul now.
We've seen that at the Women's Rugby World Cup. That's what called the Black Ferns offside.
8, don't pull, 8 out.
Still looking to go.
Out.
Tafuna being called out of it. And still moving forward.
Use it now. Use it now.
User call comes. Gunter needs to go.
it.
Eventually it comes. Torse. Janse van Rensburg looking for options. Finds Malingo, who is just caught on the back foot by her opposite number. Tafe. Dolphy around the corner. Looking to release it, but gets caught around the bootlaces. Gunter tucks and goes. Channel 1 ball.
Up 7 step.
Ngwevu, the center, acting like a loose forward in that pod. Dana Lochner again, always looking for work. Still keeping it tight. Looking to go through the phases. Space on the outside for Aris to work with should the ball want to get there. Valman, the youngster. She's been impressive, and she's been impressive ever since she's put the green and gold on. Ngwevu. Now they're going. They've tracked 20 meters up within the 5, the Springbok women, looking for their second. Still going, still keeping it tight. Velman picking, but just turning the wrong way on that. Pick and go. Still within the 5 meter. 12 phases now and building. Lochner around the corner. Now the ball's gone loose. Has that gone backwards? It has, but Janse van Rensburg picked it up. Janse van Rensburg still going.
Just before release wide.
Managed to keep herself just before. Ngwevu.
Backwards.
Backwards. Still. Torse. Torse. Awarded.
Yes, Timo will check if there's anything clear and obvious. Yes, he'll check.
Well, Unam Torse. She finds herself at the back of rucks, and this time finds herself at the back of the ruck and over the line. Gets the second for the Springbok women.
Sustained pressure. Pick and go was the key, and Puengwevu ball got knocked behind. And then the pick and go from that loose ball from Unam Torse.
That's right.
She goes over for the second. Celia lines up the second conversion.
We'll reset for you. Just checking something.
Well, it's just gone up to the TMO. I just want to check
Can you see?
the grounding.
Yes, please.
Okay, play on.
Okay, we'll reset the clock for you. Tries all good.
Quinton Immelman, the TMO, checked it in the background, just giving the call to referee Zoe Nadia that it's all good. So Unam Torse in her 30th cap gets the second try. Celia just pulls that one right. So 12 points to 0 in the 13th minute, and the Springbok women are building well.
Playing with the right intensity and the pressure, keeping that ball close up front. The ball being recycled back to Unam Torse, who uses that strength over for the try. Converted, an opportunity inside the 22 of the Eagles. 2 tries up, Springbok women.
The USA, what can they do? Counter. Gonna need a couple of those experienced heads to come into play for the USA Eagles now if they want to make their mark, but Carter Jacobs taking names early on. Flat ball again from Janse van Rensburg to Ngwevu. Very busy, and that's a break around the corner from the try scorer, Torse, but she's half isolated. Enough players there to clear. Velman has to pick up, and Velman's quick, and she's got green grass in front of her. She's got the support of Malinga on the outside, but that pass wasn't accurate. Everything still backwards though. Behandre Dolf gets into her running. The fancy footwork from Behandre Dolf. Velman again, who got the Springbok women here. Rogers trying to get over that ball. Now Lacha just taking it into contact. Janse van Rensburg playing at halfback. Out of the back to Jacobs, who flings one in wide, and that looks like that's just gone forward.
Oh, they should have looked up. It was a 5-on-2, an opportunity that was created. They went into their pod system, which sets up the midfield, and then only 2 Eagles players. The bounce ball always beats the man. And this is what happens here. Ball pulled back and is behind Malinga, but the recycling of that ball, now this ball had to go through the hands. It was 5-on-2. Low numbers though behind the back.
Yeah, youngster Logan Velman, the 20-year-old. I mean, she's been one of those players that has just come onto the scene and completely stamped her name of authority on that. Asesa Haley out with injury for the moment. We'll be expecting her back soon, but for the moment, Logan Velman looks like that 8 jersey is safe in her hands.
Now she looks comfortable already. It's how willing she is to get onto the ball. That's important, that's key. An 8th man is a bit of your soul of your side. They lead, they show through actions, carrying the ball over for gain line and post-match meters. And then at the same time, you have to be physical on defense.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, the man with all the plans, head coach Sway's the brain.
I'll move out the way.
So nervous for him. The last time he was here, especially with the Springbok, anything on his jersey, it was when you coached the Springboks in 2018 versus England, which was the 8-year start of what we know now as the Springboks legacy.
Crouch!
So Tose got that left ankle all strapped
Bind.
up.
Set!
Boja feeds, but look at that Springbok woman. Power coming through that scrum. And immediately the USA women are on the back foot. Vogel finds Rogers, who runs it out of her own 22. Looking to try and create something, anything. No momentum.
Thank you.
At the moment for the USA Eagles. Boja finds her captain, Paris Redding, who tucks and goes. Met heavily in contact by 2 Springbok women defenders.
Leave. Stay on side. Use it 9.
Boja being told to use it. Sends one high, and she's got the chaser in Matai Tonga and flicks it back inwards. So Kate Zackary with ball in hand. Now they can try and set something up, trying to do it. And
Open in the breakdown.
Bella Vogel, the youngster, not happy with that one.
Okay, I'll have a look.
I think it might have just come off of that top tap in the air.
Yeah, a bit of a contest, which was a well-taken kick. Gave him enough time with the hang time. But players got off into the air. It's about surviving those scraps and who wins those scraps.
No, it's your knock on.
The mistake was forced. We've seen that Springbok women's scrum really putting the Eagles onto roller skates. Another opportunity here.
Crouch!
Everyone loaded to the open side and the back line of the Springbok women.
Bind! Set!
Toss it with the feed, and immediately you see that green scrum machine go to work. Tosse, Janse van Rensburg taking it up herself. Tosse with the quick ball. Dolf, flat ball, the kick over the top to Yaki Salia. Well marshaled, well kept in the eyes, and Yaki Salia breaks around 1. Now brought down. Quick ball, Dolf, Ubisi, Tosse, Lacha. They go to work so well. Do the Springbok women. They're not afraid of the confrontational stuff. Janse van Rensburg out the back to Aris. Caught around the bootlaces in the defense. Janse van Rensburg at half back. Charlie setting up that ruck. Very flat attack from the Springbok women at the moment, looking for some depth. Vino BC goes into contact this time. Dolph pulls, releases. Ayanda Malinga just checking her run. Well watched by the USA Eagle defenders, but wins valuable meters. Celia into contact. Lochner releases back to Celia, the 1-2. Brilliant at the moment. Needs a halfback. Finds one in Tose. Malinga testing. Malinga still going. She's already got one to her name in the first half. Now Obisi breaks. Just meters short at the moment. And they'll go back to their strength, the Springbok women. Tose Lacha, happy. Captain, my captain, Babawa Lacha. Well, they have come with a mission and a plan, and it's working today, the Springbok women.
It's the ambition from the Springbok women. The key to keep the ball. With the ball, you got all the power, and it's a responsibility from the captain to bust it away over for the try. Sustained pressure, players asking questions and getting beyond the gain line. And in that way, they are the ones who are in charge of this game.
Pull the last one just across the faces of the uprights. Celia just pulls it left.
Do you have a message?
Doesn't get the extra 2. 17 points in all. The Springbok women go up.
Outstanding, good patience shown, and a good decision making here. Unamtosa, slow pop on to the captain. Bench likes it. It's proof to the players, a validation of the game plan and the game model.
Do the Eagles have answers? Are the Springbok women going to ruin the birthday party today?
It's amazing. Andrea Dolph turning 23 today. Birthday to her. It's just a response from everyone and how they've taken this opportunity.
Calter goes short this time. Tap back from Ayanda Malinga, has to clean up and cleans up well. There's Logan Valman using a bit of her fancy footwork. Around the corner comes up Piwe Ngwevu, who's still going. The support now. It's a green steam train at the moment. The Springbok women playing with all the momentum on their side. Jacobs up the middle, quick ball, Dorf flat, but just unable to hold on to it. Happy that it's gone backwards. So still Springbok women ball. Dorf, Lochner fighting, using her levers to get over the advantage line. Dolph changes direction, goes to the short side. Has that been dropped? Yeah, but they had the penalty advantage for the high tackle. And a lot of white players now, just hands on knees.
Yeah, if you thought that altitude was a myth, try playing against a team that is running a whole lot of phases against you and you doing all the defense. And it's starting to tell and show to the Eagles. Alice Park has been outstanding. Round the neck, the tackle goes from Rogers. She is the one that is getting attention at the moment.
Yeah, and it just looks like she's gone down too. Looks like Lochner might just have landed on that shoulder. So Hope Rogers, definitely one of those players that you don't want to lose. The Exeter Chief here in her 62nd cap for the USA Eagles, the 33-year-old. One of only 2 USA Eagles players to play at 4 Women's Rugby World Cups, Hope Rogers.
Okay, we have a couple people,
Yeah,
so we'll
amazing. Just to think about what she has to go told through, how she has maintained and managed to put herself in good nick and good shape every time she's been called upon in her country. One of the most capped women in rugby.
Freda Tafuna, Lindenwood University, the 22-year-old. She's really dangerous too, Freda Tafuna.
Yeah, we went in for both.
She'll need a tight 5 to start getting into the competition and contest. Otherwise, the way things are going, it's going to be difficult as any loose forward player to have any chance in this game, because the tight 5 of the Springbok women, they're just marauding through.
Yeah, Jack Hanratty, the USA head coach, the Irishman. He captained the Canada Women's Sevens to the silver in the 2024 Olympics. And he was appointed December 2025, after the Women's Rugby World Cup, to take the charges. As the fans started flooding, not only for this match, but for the first Nations Cup match.
She okay? Should she be ready?
Nations Championship match, rather, against England a little bit later on. This is just the appetizer.
Yeah, it is an appetizer, but at the moment, not just an appetizer. It is a game exhibition from the Springbok Women. The way that they have taken upon the challenge of coming out here and entertaining this crowd.
Yeah, I just don't want to restart.
Just looks like
okay, we're gonna play now. We're gonna
Malinga,
play.
as well as Apiwa and Guevu, also just getting some running repairs. Referee Zoe Nodia saying, we got to go. That's van Rensburg. First time that her mother gets to see her play in a green and gold jersey here at Ellis Park today. Janse van Rensburg's mom.
How amazing is that?
Wait.
Again here, Springbok Women looking to go with the wide play and the trick play up front.
Front ball for Sizopila Solonsi, well read from the USA Eagles though, so the Springbok Women have to adapt. High into that contact was Logan Valman. Gets the ball released out the back from Sanle Siwe Charlie, who said props can't play a trick play.
Release now,
Receives it again, does Charlie. Janse van Rensburg at half back. Tose in that first receiver position. Ubisi well watched. Tose, Janse van Rensburg. Gunter just finished her first season in the PWR with the Leicester Tigers, has re-signed. She'll be heading back to that prestigious competition. For the moment though, happy to be in the green and gold.
Plays rolling. Not rolling.
Another penalty against the USA, and just nothing to speak of for the Eagles at the moment. The tap and play from the Springbok woman, Babawa Lacha. Try scorer herself, Dorf, looking for a bit of magic. Well watched, they know how dangerous Behandre Dorf is. Janse van Rensburg out the back, Nguevu not really getting meters, but Valman taking into contact this time. Solonsi, Sizopila Solonsi, this is how dangerous she can be in those wider channels. Janse van Rensburg, Tose, Ubisi. Tose sees that there's a half gap that opened up, the offload, a basketball one over the top. Now Apiwa and Nguevu makes more meters for the Springbok Women, and now they come rolling again. Tose. The defense from the USA Eagles at the moment tested at every level. Ayanda Malinga. Salia just had to juggle. Does well. Waiting for the halfback. Dorf eventually arrives to make the pass. Tucking, carrying, going. Lacha. Still Springbok Women ball. Now into the ninth phase. The inside ball from Jacobs. The physicality shown by the loose forward today. Second to none. Ubisi. Isolated, not enough sealers.
Offside.
But they had the penalty.
Oh, so much ball for the Springbok Women. Lots of tackles being made by the Eagles. Starting to be extra slow now from getting away from that ruck. Getting good ball. The Springbok Women, the inside ball has worked like a charm as they ask for another scrum. And the tight five of the Eagles have to really respond now.
I was happy with that.
Enjoy the ambition that the Springbok Women have shown. Comfortable in ball in hand and getting their numbers around the ball. And they're staying right on the front foot, which is key, giving no time for the recycling of the defensive line, and now conceding more penalties as the United States.
Middle scrum for the Springbok Women, two sides to attack from, but they've decided to load up on the left.
Bind! Set!
Go straight down and they get the penalty. The Springbok Women, Tose taking the tap and go. Finds Solonsi, Solonsi getting into her running. Second, third gear on for the youngster. Tose through the hands. Lochner. Tose goes again. More quick ball for the Springbok Women. More testing defense for the USA. That's a short ball. Nguevu coming on an angle. Janse van Rensburg, they're running out of numbers on that left-hand side though. Dorf just shrugs off one. Eventually, a couple of the players arrive. Janse van Rensburg, Tosse, again at that first receiver. They're switching that first receiver role between the two of them. Now again around the corner for Janse van Rensburg, who decides to get to work, put her legs to work. Had to work hard to rehabilitate an injury, did Janse van Rensburg back, and that's been dropped.
Okay.
I had to.
Number 9, let's go. That's cynical play.
Had to at the end. Just
Playing the 9,
not
cynical.
getting time to recover and get themselves back into a defensive line with integrity. The Eagles decide to go with the desperate measures where they play the player. Bogel, she goes and sits onto the
Yeah, she's clearly hit her
naughty
hand.
chair.
And it's taking
10 more minutes.
The penalty count and we were on the field.
Springbok Women. Really, you have to enjoy this.
Playing the 9.
Yeah, it's so
cynical.
good to be able to see them just continue
the
to
scrum.
build off of the
Number 3.
momentum that they had at the Women's Rugby World Cup, and then they had played the 3
she's
tests for
been
the
really
Rugby
long,
Africa,
and she's
where we
collapsing.
maintained
We've had a couple free kicks as
our
well.
position as the reigning champs, but this is where that yellow card comes from.
They're not allowed to play the scrum off, and that was nothing else besides that.
Yeah.
Tapping the ball out of the hands of the scrum off. Bogel knowing that not allowed to play the 10, and then even the play, even the actions that she had onto that play
Let's just work really
ain't
hard
positive
to get
at
the
all.
front
Just
row
disruption.
set up straight. Okay, and square.
That's what pressure does.
Let's go.
It's a
Time
test
on.
match. That's where we at.
Yeah, first opportunity for the USA Women's Eagles. Look at that. I mean, numbers tell a story. 83%
Just, have it
possession,
combined here.
73% territory, all for the Springbok Women. You can see that
Here you go, here's the mark.
on the scoreboard.
You have to love the fact that the girls have
Let's go,
taken it
please.
on board, that this is the way that they want to
Yep.
play. This is the way that they can see themselves moving
Okay.
forward and challenging
You
at
get
the
your
high
feet under your
level.
body, please.
Quarterfinal was
Oh, sorry.
brilliant
sorry,
for
sorry,
them,
sorry.
but there's more. You can see
move out the way for
within
you,
the
and I
way
won't
that they're
stand on
going
my feet,
about
sorry.
it, the hunger to show and ask themselves and challenge themselves. They asked about their conditioning. That's something that they've been focusing as a prime imperative for them. And this time around, keeping this ball as much as they've done. Exemplary.
Record number
Set!
of tests that the Springbok Women will be playing in this year. Already also announced that Ireland will be coming, but Tosse breaking around the corner. Janse van Rensburg with the flat ball to Ayanda Malinga. Needed to let go. There was space on the outside, but happy to carry into contact. Now eventually the
On the ball.
forwards
Play on.
start lining up on the
Release.
left-hand side. Tosse, Janse van Rensburg, numbers lined up on this right-hand side. Sizopila Solonzi will give it to the youngster, Logan Velman. She has scored in every single test match that she's played, and she continues her run. You have to get excited if this is what the future looks like.
It's an outstanding play. Look at the numbers that they do have. Libby from Janse van Rensburg does well. It's a straightening up from Solonzi. Creates a space outside for Velman, and she is over the try line. This is brilliant. Again, a 22 entry from the Springbok Women, and again a conversion of that opportunity. How ruthless are they? Chasing the scoreboard at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Maxilla looking to get that turn on that, but just coming off right again, so unable to convert. But you have to be excited about Logan Velman. 4 in 4.
It's just the way that it goes, yeah. They use the space because they got the numbers. They're taking the inside shoulder of Kelter. While Solonzi, that creates opportunity for Logan Velman to score in the corner. Great execution of a 3-on-2.
15 plays 14. Trailing by 22 points. USA Eagles. Kelter has to communicate and flies high. The queen of the skies, Vino BC. Janse van Rensburg with a quick release, but that's initially thought to be knocked on, but offside.
Number 5, you need to get clearly onside, please.
Well, discipline has gone from the USA side, just struggling to get themselves into catch a breath here at altitude. find themselves offsides again. Very conservative the way Lady went for that touch.
That's the second one for number 5. Okay, she's here on side. Line is middle.
All of those players in front of the last man's feet, which is behind their ruck. And Tafuna, the culprit. Look at those penalties in sequence, compounded. Discipline, they've even considered a yellow card within that space.
Gunter to the front for the Queen of the Skies. Vino BC received under pressure. Janse van Rensburg with the flat ball to Nguevu.
No. Captain. Where's the captain? Okay, we have 3 offsides now. Number 6 offside. They need to be better, otherwise I'm going to have to escalate. Yes, please take a minute, speak to him.
Yeah, first opportunity.
Straight.
Georgie Paris-Redding for the captain for the first time in an Eagle shirt, just having a moment to talk to her team. The compounding penalties that we saw is definitely not helping their case at the moment.
Discipline is key. This must be frustrating for them.
Wait, just let them set up.
It hasn't gone the way they thought it would.
Someone.
7th in the world coming into this game. And find themselves as 10th position. Springbok Women really fronting up at altitude.
Yeah, that's middle.
Doesn't really help that. The ball was above her head and she got 2 players coming on to her, even though she's a threat.
Back ball works out so well. Jacobs flies high. Now they get it going and going quickly again. It's been all Springbok Women for the last 31 minutes, heading into the final 10 minutes of this first half. That's picked up beautifully, and the release even better. Malinga fighting, still going through the contact. Slow ball. Torse.
Play on.
Flat ball, and that's been left behind.
Yep.
Yeah, really putting pressure on the passer, would-be passer. It's a simple basic, time yourself from who you're getting the ball from, not from the scrum off. And this is why you flat, and it makes it difficult because it's close to contact. Nguevu leaves that ball behind. It's only let go release of pressure they've really put on in this first half. But then there's still a scrum to go and contest. And the girls will want that ball back for her.
Yeah, teams celebrate the fact that they win the knock-on, but then they almost second realize they have to go to the scrum.
Guys, get up, up.
It has been.
Please, no, up. Guys, please. Understand, but you don't need to also fight either. Please bind properly, long bind. Let's
captain.
go.
And she is late from the front, from the start, up against Hope Rogers, the most caps in this Eagle side.
Thank you. Yep.
Well, we said it was going to be a tasty contest between Lasha and Rogers the whole day, and it's turning out to be.
Bind!
Ashley Cowdrey has now had to move into the halfback position.
Set!
With with the yellow card. And you can see that that's not something she's trained.
No, not at all. Back
up the tunnel.
on that hit. The Springbok started putting on the hit as the ball was put on.
Okay.
And really, that communication is about watch for my tap.
Reset, please. Let's go.
If she knew anything about playing scrum off, she would look for the tap from the hooker, which means that the foot is up so that she can hook.
Let's just feed it straight. Yeah.
So she has enough to get herself into the scrum. And let's see how she responds to that. First game for the national side.
Yeah, on debut has to play out of position.
Bind.
Ashley Cowdrey.
Set.
Again, doesn't get the hook. And so the Springbok woman will get the penalty.
Well, that's what happens when your set piece is faltering. There's a lot of pressure at that breakdown, especially in that scrum and that mouth of the scrum there. Lacha, Charlie and Gunter really started well this afternoon. And now just for Libby Janse van Rensburg to put more pressure into the set piece with the line-out now. look at this. It's great work, and the hooker can't really get to hook that ball because it's straight onto her knee.
Open up, please.
That's a patience that Ashley Cowdrey would need to learn as she goes into this game. If she's going to be playing any scrum off, or just make sure that Cass doesn't leave the field.
90 seconds left on that yellow card. Can the Springbok women get one more while they're 15 on 14? Skew throw.
Clear contest. Go straight.
This is smart from the Eagles, because what they did is they started to contest, which puts more pressure on Mika Gunter to get the line out. She's mostly accurate with the darts. She'll be very disappointed that she got that high standard.
Do you just adjust with the SA team?
You can see immediately the call is not to go for the scrum. Have the option scrum or line out. Freda
No contest.
goes to the front to Kate Zackary, and they set up a rolling maul of their own, and the Springbok women have to adjust. Eventually they do. It's in the hands of Reese Woods. One of a twin. Her sister sitting up in the stands watching her. Both.
Dislodged the tackle.
Look at that.
Libby Janssen van Rensburg
Hey, that's in the scrum
doing the
down.
hard work of the forwards, mixing it up and getting physical. Tough
Okay,
it,
thank you.
trying to carry the ball into contact. Look at this. Dislodges that contact. Goes straight onto the ball she goes.
Please don't fight the bind. Let's just get a clear
It's a
bind.
lost ball in contact by Howard, I beg your pardon.
Here we go. We'll just wait for your
Tana
player.
Howard, 33-year-old Sale Sharks player. This is the big one. Nations Championship, the first one for the Springboks up against
Let's go.
England here at 10-bit Ellis Park. It is going to be incredible. It's been one of those moments that South African fans have been waiting for months.
They have, and they've responded. The two teams that have been put out, it just makes out for a great contest that's going to be here this afternoon. It's going to be seeing how far the Springboks haven't played for 7 months together. And yes, they did have a head out against the Barbarians, but that's nothing compared to what we are about to witness. The first ever Nations Championship. It's South versus North. Let's see who goes.
Well, at the moment, the South is winning in this one. Over the top, the dink over the top from Janssen van Rensburg. The chase on it though, but Cowdrey has cleaned up well. But it's been knocked on by the USA.
It's outstanding pressure just being applied by
Thank you.
the Springbok women. The
Your player's
variation
got the ball,
of
has knocked it forward.
playing the ball to the width and all of a sudden turning that defensive line with that little chip from Libby Janssen van Rensburg.
Better
Just
position.
asking the right questions.
Let's go, please.
It's also just the variation in play from the Springbok women, giving the USA Eagles just a new picture to have to defend.
Our nine's on that side.
Jack Henry, what will be going through his mind? How does he get his team ready? 2.5 minutes.
I think what's mainly eating away at him is how they've not had a time or a chance to fight and contest.
Only had 20% of the possession in this first half, 22 points to 0. The Springbok women lead, get the penalty out the back. Janssen van Rensburg takes it herself. Janssen van Rensburg, oh, just short. Breaking around the corner, short again from Torse. Velman looking for a brace. Velman gets the brace. The youngster continues to impress. Logan Velman, opportunistic, doesn't need a second invitation, and gets 2 in the first half.
Outstanding. At first a set piece again. The Springbok women go to their DNA and they go forward. And after that, it's about staying on top of the gain line, and Velman understands what her task is. Getting over that ball, over the try line, stays physical. Her determination and strength, over she goes.
Thank you so much.
A double that is well deserved. An output starting to be rewarded.
Cilia gets a better strike on it this time and adds the extras. Yaki Cilia, 29 points to 0. The Springbok women thoroughly in control now. 60 seconds left on the clock.
Falma, not all heroes wear cape, and what she wears is a green and gold 8. She gets over for her second try, and they are loving it in the stands. The heroines.
5 tries in the first half, 2 to that woman, Logan Velman. The USA, they have more questions than answers going into this half. Kelter goes short, they send 2 players up, but it's been knocked on in the air by the USA, and so every single thing they're trying, it's just not working out at the moment.
At the moment, it must feel lonely there in the crowd for them. There's nothing really working to their side. Tioga trying to claim that kick as a contestable kick, could not get hold to it. The scrum has been in trouble, the set piece is in trouble. Everything at the moment, discipline. Just so much pressure being exerted here by the Springbok women.
Young and old coming in to support the Springbok women. Halftime hooter having sounded in the background. Do they want one more? Are they happy to go to the break? That'll be the question. Tosse feeds Janta van Rensburg. They want to run it out the back to Alicia Aris. Alicia Aris comes on the angle, looks to break around the corner. Gunter releases to Yaki Salia, who's got a little bit of space to work with. Eventually brought down. The Springbok women, they want to play. Tosse Aris, first receiver. Sealers come in to protect the ball. Janta van Rensburg, they now turn around to come to the short side. And Nguevu taking names in the first half. Slow ball. Tosse with a little bit of a dink over the top for Janta van Rensburg, and Malinga to chase. Malinga gets there first. Malinga with the pickup. Doesn't release. Janta van Rensburg. Now they go again. Jacobs through the first tackle, can't get through the second. And that's been lost on the ground, and they traveled all the way there, but they could not get the reward. But the attitude from the Springbok women in the first half has been second to none. 5 tries to none.
Captain.
80% of the possession, only 20. The interplay between the forwards and the backs. The captain has a try to her name, a brace for Logan Velman. Georgie Perez Redding just having a conversation with the referee while the USA Eagles will walk back to the changing room, and they'll have plenty of questions to answer. Jack Hanratty, what does he ask for his side? But at halftime, it is the Springbok women who lead the USA Eagles 29 points to 0.
Disappointed the Eagles, 250 years of independence of America, and now getting here a chance to express themselves for the first time ever playing in African soil. And they're playing against the Springbok women who are ruthless at the moment. They want to make sure that the Eagles, they fire a shot in the second half, really give themselves something from the set piece. And we were going to see some character from them. I'm expecting more.
Yeah, last time these two sides faced each other was March of 2024, where the USA Eagles beat the Springbok women 38 points to 17. Today, while they've been shell-shocked, they've been asked to make 81 tackles in the first half only, versus only the 11 of the Springbok women. That tells a story on its own.
Well, if you think about it, they were made to attempt 13 tackles and miss 2, the Springbok women. That's what they're dealing with here. Although they've been asked to make 89 tackles, missing 8 of those tackles, the Eagles.
Yeah, a couple of changes onto the park for the USA Eagles. We'll get full confirmation of those. Janta van Rensburg gets us back underway in the second half. Freda Tafuna under it. Bajo. Hope Rogers. She's been quiet
Pillars outside.
in the first half. They've
Use a 9.
know how dangerous someone like her is. Vino Bisi with the charge down on the Casbagel. Dink over the top, but it's through the hands of the Springbok women. Immediately they want to come up flying. Apiwe Nguevu. Charlie Looking around the corner, decides to tuck and go to the left, being asked to leave at the USA Eagles. Within the first 60 seconds, the Springbok women are looking to impose themselves. Lochner just getting caught in that contact a little bit high. They're now Lochner. But they'll go back to what worked for them in the first half. The big, bargy, powerful. Again, they go with the pick and go. Coming around the left, Logan Valman's got 2, looking for 3. Left behind, Jacobs there to receive. Torse just directing traffic, and the flow, and Vino BC. It is powerful. It is unrelenting from the Springbok women. They took 10 minutes just to calm down, but they are backfiring more than ever.
Wonder what happened in that change room. Oh, they're smelling blood in the water here, the Springbok women. Big body rugby. It's all about being physical, and that's what they're doing.
Thank you.
BC, good body positioning, and the leg drive to counter that. Bashes away over, explosive as they went in that first half. Second half, starting like a house on fire.
Okay, I thought so. 21 seconds.
Yaki Cilliers has had a tough day off the tee, 2 from 5. She'll be looking to just get the second half underway on a positive note. Gets a good strike on it, just waiting for it to turn. Just off the left upright, doesn't get the extra 2. 34 points to 0. The Springbok women back with a bang in the second half.
Not just outstanding, they went on the transitional play and they found the space out wide on the edges though, which was the big lock, the enforcer, Ubisi. Stamping authority on this game, the big carry and the try.
Vino BC played junior women box. Next year, debuted for the Springbok women in the senior side, played every single test that year. Try scorer, she's good in the air, loves to run. That pass doesn't go to hand. Wise to not get hand to it, Janse van Rensburg, but it's been picked up by the USA Eagles. Can they get something going in terms of an attacking shape for the USA? Rogers around the corner, always busy, always looking for opportunity. Onto the park for the Eagles, Elizabeth Cook on her debut today.
Counteract there happened.
Springbok women won it back. We're right next to the coach's boxes. You can hear the frustration from the Eagles box.
Advantage, not early.
But the Springbok women
Showing the ball.
don't want to waste around and will wait for no one. Alicia Ari's just buying her time, taking it into contact. Janse van Rensburg. Flat ball, Tapiwa and Guevu was always running. Oh, forward pass, but they had the penalty advantage.
Forward pass?
Oh, lots of
Running first.
suggestions that helpful match officials are in there from the Eagles, calling it forward. No advantage when that comes off the banger. Just a ball drop, landing onto the side of the boot. Rolling away and counter-racking, the ball not being shown here by the Eagles. Penalty ensued.
The Eagles, when they contested in the air, they got the call for the skew throw. Do they go back to that again? They do send someone up, but straight toss in, staying on the short side, keeping the ball in play. It looked to have gone forward with the USA Eagles.
Just can't buy a win.
I'm reaching all the way across and they're going straight in the run.
That's what happens.
Subs.
Most of the momentum is going against you.
Number 9. 9 subs.
Change
Yeah,
it.
first from you.
Olivia Ortiz coming on for
Sorry, what number?
Tessa Bajo.
Number 12. Thank you.
In the centres. There's a change with Taffa. She makes her way out.
Let's go. Time
Tessa
on.
Hann, 5 caps to her name. Makes her way on the park for Katana Howard, who's had one of the quietest games. If you don't have ball in hand, It's really tough to be able to try and get anything right.
Strangle and suffocate has been the Springbok Women's order for the day.
11 visits to opposition 22 for the Springbok Women. Only one for the USA Eagles.
It's got a longer bind from both.
These are incredible numbers that's being shown.
Right to attempt 99 tackles, missing 8 of those. The Eagles, South Africa, only been asked to make 17 tackles, missing 2 of those. Possession, 83% for the Springbok Women. They've got the territory too to play with that.
Bind!
Back to scrum time. And again, the Springbok Women get to their work. Again, they get the advantage up the back. And that's just released a little too late from Janse van Rensburg to Ngwevu, but conceded the penalty again.
I'm not going to accept you speaking like that to me. Please go. Thank you.
At the set piece, Hope Rogers not happy with the calls that are just going against her. The momentum was with the Springbok Women. They're showing the right pictures to the officials. Marching on as they go with their set piece, and the set piece has given them the reward of possession and opposition territory being offered here for Libby Janse van Rensburg, who to make sure a strong hit from Springbok Women. The ball gets hooked, and now the work that has been done. It's coming back onto the inside into Racha was Rogers.
Gunter. Contest in the air, but it falls for Tose. Janse van Rensburg again to Apiwe Ngwevu. Tose coming to the short side around the corner. Janse van Jacobs at pace, but that's been lost on the ground, and that's a win for the USA Eagles. They'll celebrate everything because they're looking for the little bit of momentum.
Well, small wins. They want to make sure that they can build on that. It's a positive result from a defensive set.
Okay.
In the first half, they locked a lot of numbers behind the defensive line, gained by the Springbok Women, and now this time around they stick up.
Yes.
Trying to make the hot hit.
Kate Zackary, 50 tests to her name. The leader, a decade.
Let's go, please. Let's go.
In the USA Eagles jersey. She'll be frustrated with the way that this match has gone, but that takes nothing away from the incredible achievement that she achieved today. Han Humphreys making their way onto the park.
I'll move for you. I'll move for you, okay? What's happening? Okay. What's happening? Okay, we're just going to clean this.
Oh, it just looks
Just
like
clean
there's
it,
a
please,
little
and
bit
then
of blood
She's fine. Just clean quickly.
on Sunday. See with Charlie, so referee's owner, they're just asking the doctor just to clean it up. And then the water coming in, just relaying a couple of those messages. It took the Springbok Women 90 seconds before they scored their first try in the second half.
I want her blood going on you guys.
Now just a little bit of the momentum being sucked out, just a little bit of a stop-start, but this is the big one. Couple of hours from now, the Springboks taking on England. Henry Pollock makes his way onto the park in 10-bed Ellis Park for the first time. How do you think the crowd's going to receive him, Hebo?
I don't think they're going to receive him like the first time in 2018 when Sia led the team out for the first time.
Thank you. Let's go. Let's set. Left, please.
It's going to be a tough day for the youngster.
I think England is going to really come out here and really try and shut the crowd out. They've been an outstanding side. They've got quality players, and
Crouch.
mixed mostly with the Northampton, the Premiership champions, really featuring in that side.
Set.
I'm looking forward to a great contest.
And this match currently, a version of the North versus South going on at the moment. The South fully in control and in charge of this match. Quick ball, Han Humphreys releases around the corner. Freda Tafuna Well, she's left her fingerprints on Ayanda Malinga's chest there. Short side for the USA Eagles, who look to just get in the running a little bit. Tortiz, Tafuna again involved. Can't get through Danal Lochner that time. Penalty advantage. And then the advantage given, or the penalty given. Olivia Ortiz wait for no one. Vogel through the hands to Eriki. Quick ball. This is the type of rugby that the USA Women's Eagles can play. It's been all attacking from the Springbok Women. Now they have to defend. Vogel. Tessa Hann. That's going to go straight to the DJ.
Fortunate pass that goes outside. Looking for Matia Toga. Tessa Hann. The missed pass.
Please give the
finding
numbers.
no one. But losing that gain line was the Springbok Women had to be working a bit harder now on their cross cover, make sure that they can have line integrity somehow. It was the Eagles who let go of the opportunity with the missed pass that goes into touch. Two-man line out here.
Only the second visit to the Springbok Women's 22. The inaccuracy over the top to Vaina Obisi, who gets into running again. She was one of the instigators of the Ayanda Malinga try. Mika Gunter sits one down. Tosse. Janse van Rensburg with a quick release to Babalwa Lacha, the captain. Tosse around the corner. Oh, that ball was out, so free to play. And wise to it, the USA Eagles.
Yeah, the rack was a bit shallow and exposed. Tosse. Charlie had clean past the ball carrier, and that was exposed. Tosse, and the pressure was put on by Elizabeth Cook. Her first game for United States.
Knock on from England.
Elizabeth Cook playing at Cardiff University.
First from
Played
White.
with the Charlotte Cardinals before moving overseas. Played Welsh under 20s, so there's a ton of experience, Elizabeth Cook, but first time we get to see her in an Eagles jersey. More scrum time that the Eagles have to deal with.
Crouch! Bind!
At least they got those new changes up front.
Set!
Toss it with the feed. That goes straight down.
Looking swing down, balls in the middle. Reset.
Also encouragement coming in from the bench from the Eagles.
Let's go.
Key as mentality for the Springbok Women. Did they go for another push? Use that set piece to gain momentum again.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Toss it on the feed, stays up this time and doesn't get the momentum they want. The Springbok Women, the switch play in the middle. Wise to it, the defense of the Eagles. Behandra Dolph involves herself in the game on her birthday. Yaki Salia sees attacking ball in hand for the first time this match, rather this half. Ubisi, way too high into that contact, has to wrestle her way to the ground while trying to protect the ball. Comes back in the way of the Springbok Woman. Lacha still going. Lacha still making her way up the park.
Release now! Knee on the
Tackle
ground.
called, so they have to release. Short side, Janse van Rensburg with the flat ball to Logan Velman, who was waiting on the edges. But Han Humphries making the very, very, very important tackle on the youngster.
It's a great tackle. Great cover at the end. More players being changed. The front row has really done a great work. Han Humphries round the hips she got. Making sure the use of the touchline.
Okay. If it's possible, if you
Yeah,
can
the
get it off
touchline, the
field.
defender that never misses. An all front row change for the Springbok women. Anushka Groenewald, Yunela Ngingolo and Tandile Mazwi all making their way onto the park for Sanlesiwe Charlie, Mika Gunta and Babawalacha. Yunela Ngingolo,
Water carrier, please.
one of those impact players. What can she do? Also making her way onto the park, Eloise Webb.
It's a train, please. No, don't, please don't.
Supping
It's at
for
me.
Apiwe and Guevu. So Eloise Webb will move into the 10 position. Janse van Rensburg will now shift out into that 12 position.
Mark.
Well, the most interesting part will be the leader at the moment as Babadra gets off the field.
So Janse van Rensburg has been named the vice-captain to the Springbok women's side, so she'll take over the captaincy for the time being, but it's the Eagles
On the ball.
who will look to attack from inside their own half. They need ball in hand, but they need front football. Kalter
Stay
puts
full.
it on the boot, trying to find Aris
Straight
out
out.
of position. Instead, kicks it straight out into touch.
Yeah, just negatives on negatives for the Eagles.
The line is middle.
Really building on the positives through their performance. Direct kick into
Please
touch
get the numbers,
form.
will you? 4.
Kalter gives possession back onto the Springbok women, now ready to launch.
First throw for Anushka Groenewald. Replacing the experienced Mika Gunta. Can she keep up the momentum? Goes to the back. Jacobs does well to tap that back into Springbok woman hands. Eloise Webb on the pickup. Jacobs around the corner, caught around the bootlaces, but the ball protection arrives. Tolse, flat ball, but just behind the back of Janse van Rensburg, who came at pace.
Guys, leave. Number 5, sub.
Also just looks like Haley Tafau, she'll be making her way off the park for Kapoina Bailey. Then our next player, Logan Valman, the youngster. I mean, you can't stop saying enough good things about her.
Oh, she's been outstanding. The way that she always looks for an opportunity, has an omnipresence about herself. Constantly on the move, and action is what she's based her performance upon. Off the ball, she's worked herself hard, and with the ball, 2 tries to go for.
Bind.
It's been an outstanding performance from the number 8. Carries on in the tradition.
Ortiz on the feed. Tafuna picks up at the back, tucks her ears and goes straight at Namtose. Ortiz keeps it to the short side. Matatonga takes it into contact. Got the advantage, the USA Eagles. Freda Tafuna again, very busy. Always looking for Captain Paris Redding with the slightest of offloads to Cook.
Back to the advantage, high tackle coming in from Irish.
Dangerous tackle.
Never dipped up low, but not as hard as the harsh for anything to be looked at. Kalter looking for space.
Subs.
And this is her not dipping low and high on the tackle.
Okay, never mind. Time on.
Well, nothing to see yet. Player safety imperative there.
Trida. A little bit of movement, goes straight to the middle for the new player on Kapoina Bailey. And they set up a rolling maul of their own, trying to swim her way through Danal Lochner. You can see the battle between Bailey and Lochner now driving Cook towards the touchline in that defense. Just manages to stay in field. Now they go
No hand, step.
for a bit of pick and go their own. Hope Rogers. This is how she loves to score her tries, but that's been dislodged. What a win for the Springbok women. They're showing up on attack, they're showing up on defense.
And it's one of those sides of the game they've wanted to see.
Subs.
How do they respond when they don't have the ball? And off the ball, they've been
Okay.
as tigerish as they are on the ball. They rip the ball out of their hands, and it's a replacement. Alicia Jacobs comes on. Felicia, actually, beg your pardon.
Time on. Let's go hear some off.
Felicia
Yes.
Jacobs, one of the niftiest, swiftest players in South African women's rugby. You have to keep an eye on her, or she will take every opportunity. 9 scrums the Springbok women have won.
Crouch.
Not lost anything.
Bind.
You can bet that they don't plan on losing this one.
Set.
Jacobs
What a scrum long though.
Use it
with
now.
the feed, now being asked to use it. That's not the best of passes to
Outstanding
Janse van
hands.
Rensburg. Keeping it short for the time being, Jacobs, but they've made a mess of it, the Springbok women. Georgie Perez Redding, the captain, with the captain's knock, gets the ball
On
back
the ball.
for the Eagles.
Advantage.
Now they
side.
go and they get the first points. It's been Freda Tafuna who's been working hard both on attack and defense. She's involved herself in everything, and no one more deserving of a try than that woman. Freda Tafuna with the first for the USA women.
Freda Tafuna, it's great work from the captain. Turns over the ball, and it was the Eagles who just kept on the pressure right on the front foot, knocking open the front door, using the power, and number 8 gets over.
First conversion opportunity for Bella Vogel, who does not wait around, and Vogel slices the uprights, gets the 2. USA get their first 7 points on the board.
It's a great response. Conceded 6 without saying anything back, and this time around they fired a shot closer to the line. And it's the power that they use from the number 8, Tafuna.
Just a word on Bella Vogel. She used to play soccer, and she says she doesn't take much time when she wants to kick. She just looks where she wants to kick it and she kicks it. You can see that in that conversion.
She's definitely got 60 seconds. She can use it.
Janse van Rensburg goes short, not received by Tafuna, but cleaned up well by Uatafe. The try scorer, Tafuna, looking for opportunity. Ortiz at the back. Kalter under all sorts of pressure, but kicks it well. Behandre Dolf has to clean up. Dolf sizing up opportunities, looking for something. Still going, Behandre Dolf. Can she get a try to her name on her birthday?
Step, yeah, step.
Jacobs, Webb, Groenewald deciding to take it on the outside. Yaki Salia looking for opportunity, releases to Ayanda Malinga. Making valuable meters are the Springbok women. Jacobs, Groenewald. Goes backwards, Jacobs caught by Han Humphries. Yaki Salia, Webb, Janse van Rensburg at 12. Jacobs thought there was a hand on it from the Eagles, but did well to clean up. Eloise Webb has to just absorb the pressure. Jacobs, Felicia Jacobs. She's isolated, trying to get the ball back on South African side. Penalty USA.
Great contest at the breakdown from the USA. Putting less numbers onto that breakdown, making sure they've got numbers standing up to make the tackle. The integrity of the line defensively, making sure that the South Africans knew exactly when they were isolated, numbers over the body, and they turn over that ball. First winning that shoulder race, right on top of the ball. No one could contest with Litherman. Olivia gaining the penalty.
Let's go. Time on.
Oh, the loose forwards of the Springbok women have been outstanding.
Straight into the hands of Han Humphries, and the ball's gone loose. Ashley Cowdrey now looking to create something on her debut with the dink over the top. It falls back into her hands. Ortiz look to get a couple of those passes away, try and expose the width again that we saw from them so early on in this match, and then it was all Springbok women, but Ortiz
Not on.
with a box kick.
Get back 10.
Dolf goes high instead of long, allowed to bounce, but the USA Eagles still get ball back.
Subs.
And just a couple of subs coming onto the park. Alev Kalter
Time on.
makes her way off, and Kristen Butter, the
Just wait.
25-year-old Leicester Tiger player,
Yes, play.
makes her way on. Paige Statopoulos goes to the back. Ortiz has to clean up. Butter immediately into the action. Paris Redding. Paris Redding always looking for something. The kick through from Jacobs. Now has to go chase. Butter under all sorts of pressure. Gets the pass away. Humphreys. Soft hands, but Statopoulos just cannot hold on. Just as they get something going.
Oh, just looking promising there. You're so right, Layla. To the outside, they had a bit of space, and it was broken play. It was transitional play. Just losing a ball on her stride.
They should be frustrated with that. Will know that she needs to take those soft passes, those soft hands. Under no pressure there. It's the toughness either.
Crouch! Okay, let's go. Here's a mark. Come closer, please. Okay. Please maintain the gap.
On the 5, on the left-hand side of the field for the Springbok Women. So they've got the full field to play with. Do we see something? Do we potentially see a kick over the top? Yaki Salia is standing really, really
maintain the gap.
Far away.
Crouch!
Knowing Swade's brain, he knows that the 9 is defending onto the blind side here for the Eagles. So you want to use your whole back line. In that way, you will have the numbers, as you can see. The Eagles adjust.
Jacobs with a double pump to Webb, flat ball to Ayanda Malinga, who receives that ball on the body, so isn't able to get into a running. Mazwi, who debuted for the Springbok Women in Kenya last month, rather in May. Lochner. Webb. Behind Redolf. Solonsi was not wise to it. It's gone backwards, so Yaki Salia has to clean up under all sorts of pressure. Enemies Webb will go in at halfback, being told to use it. Jacobs in the first receiver position. Just the miscommunication between her and Jacobs. Vino BC. Jacobs. Webb. Webb will run it up, and that's behind the back of Ayanda Malinga, the offload, and it's just looking like it's starting to fall apart for the Springbok Women a little bit.
Yeah, you can see a bit of fatigue has already settled in. All of a sudden, all the elementary mistakes are starting to happen. Players not timing themselves onto the ball not being kept, and passes going to the foot. This is where game management has to start kicking on for the Springbok Women. Their rugby IQ is going to start to be tested in the way that they want to execute and where they want to play. We've seen how relentless they were in that first half, a ball in hand.
You also miss the link between Unam Tose and Jante van Rensburg, who know each other, who play together as the 9 and 10 combo at the Bulls Daisies.
But this is the best place to test that, because maybe one day you might not have them as available process for you.
Oh, it's a brilliant break coming up from Tessa Hann, who puts it in one. Tessa Hann still going around the corner, keeps the ball alive on debut. Ashley Cowdrey could not have asked for anything better.
It's an outstanding set piece to get the line break for the Eagles, busting in between the centers. This is great work here for the Eagles, and the work that is done off the ball. Cowdrey with that step and the burn. Oh, see me now, see me no more. Springbok Women could not recover.
Bella Vogel will not waste any time. Will look, will go, and will get the extra 2. 14 points on the board. And what a memorable day for that woman, Ashley Cowdrey. Try on debut.
Tessa Hann does well, yeah, keeping the ball alive through the contact. And it's a pop pass and a great communication skills and a step though. Oh, I gotta love that. First time in that jersey. Give it a try. Put your name on the scoreboard. Oh, the United States Eagles will be so happy with their response. They're 14 points to 7 in the second half.
He has 5 tries in the first half, the Springbok Women, only 1. And that through Vino BC in the second half. It's been ball in hand, but not able to get any points from it, the Springbok Women. The Eagles now playing with momentum, but that's been knocked on. Unela Ngringolo.
Release 4.
She loves playing with ball in hand. Ngringolo, one of the most elusive prop forwards we have in the country. Around the corner. Have to get into shape quickly, the Springbok Women. Tandile Mazwi. Jacobs looking to release. They go to the same side. Aris this time. Aris still going, but eventually caught by Matai Tonga. Keeps the ball alive. Offloads to Vina Ubisi. Looking to free hands, Ubisi. Jantje van Rensburg takes it herself. Isolated Jantje van Rensburg. Jacobs. Webb. Flat ball. Ngringolo. Brilliant placement for Jacobs to play with. Webb. Oh, Faith Chalke just unable to hold on to that one.
So unfortunate. A lot of good stuff is happening there for the Springbok Women. They clear out of the breakdown. Just making a ball as quick as possible. Players just reacting. Pick and go. You can see it doesn't matter what number jersey you have on your back.
What's happening?
As Anatik Olo comes on, one of the members of the 2025 Rugby World Cup squad, but Ubisi. Vanya, what a game she's had. Really shown up the lock.
I'm not good.
10-bed Ellis Park, one of the most iconic stadiums in South Africa.
Let's go. Time on.
Well, take a look at that. The fans have started to make their way in. Outnumbered at the moment, that man. You realize he's in Ellis Park, right? Maybe he's trying to explain how he thinks England's going to win this match. You can see no one's interested in that.
I just think he lost a bet.
Set.
Ortiz feeds, unable to get any sort of momentum. That the Springbok Woman, Matai Tonga, with that right foot step of hers, stays in the field of play. Ortiz, Tafuna, one of the stand-up players for the USA Eagles today, but that's been lost forward, and now the Springbok Women will look to go again. Valman keeps the ball alive. Jacobs caught. Jantje van Rensburg. Ngringolo. Groenewald gets hands on ball. Lochner. Channel 1 straight up the middle, straight up the gut for the Springbok Women. Space on the outside, but the turnover.
A response from the Eagles, and it's a quick tap. Let's go.
They want to play. They realize they caught the Springbok Women off guard. Out the back, Uatafe. The switch from Ashley Cowdrey on debut, who puts boot to ball. Now they're looking for chasers to go. Yaki Salier's got to put some pace on it. Aris with the pickup. Salier coming around the corner. Salier will tuck her ears back. Just dinks one over the top, but loses a footing in the process. It's all gone helter-skelter at the moment. Kristen Bitter, that's been touched by a Springbok Women player's hand and knocked on.
70th minute, a high altitude with high octane game. Lots of mistakes are starting to ensue now. Yakisia making it work back to cover up that kicked ball, and this time around dropping back again. So much appetite for the ball from her, the winger.
Libby? Okay, we have a lot of players going down. Please, if they're not seriously
A couple of players just going down, just receiving some treatment. So Water making their way onto the park, but referee Zoe O'Dear just saying,
Captain,
we need to go.
I understand you're getting frustrated, but you don't need to
Springbok
shout
men
out. I've spoken to the
take
captain.
on
Okay.
England in the Nations
I've spoken to the
Championship
captain.
a little bit later on. The fans have been treated to something here from the Springbok Women. 6 tries to the 2, 34 points to 14, a 20-point lead at the moment, heading into the final 10 minutes of this match. Just a couple of players down. Alicia Aris also just getting some tape.
I'll watch for that. Let's get close on the mark. Time on. Judah, speed up the process that side, please. Let's go. Move up a bit. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Split attack for the USA. Chris Mbita will wait. Matatonga comes around the corner looking to go through their plays. Cowdrey with the one at the top to Atafe, who just loses her footing. Has she lost the ball on the ground? But the Springbok women smothering the USA Eagles at the moment. They still have ball in hand though. Georgie Perez reading. Look at her go. Place backwards. Eagles still going. Momentum high for the USA Eagles. Han Humphreys, what can they do? And that ball's been lost on the ground, but it's gone backwards. Ripped. Springbok woman. Yunela Ngolo.
You've stepped away.
Jacobs. Tandile Mazwi. Under all sorts of pressure. Still under pressure at breakdown time. Sending players in, looking to turn it over. And they have. But it's been cleaned up again. And under all sorts of pressure, Eloise Webb wastes no time to put boot to ball. It almost just looks like the USA Eagles women just found a second breath in the second half. Opportunity again for the Eagles inside the 22. In the middle. And they set up the rolling maul of their own. Staying patient, Ortiz releases to Vogel, the youngster who's been one of the breakout stars for this USA Eagle side, still staying on the same side. Satopoulos into contact. Ortiz, quick at the breakdown. That's brilliant work by Paris Reading, who gets met by Ngolo. They've officially met each other on the park, and they win the turnover. She's on one today, Ngolo, since she's come onto the park. Up for it. A woman from Dansane. Yeah, Georgie Perez Reading thought she had full rights to this, but you're not gonna get through. Ngolo stays low, drives her backwards. I think afterwards Ngolo might have to sign a rib or two. Now goes to work at scrum time.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Jacobs feeds. Valman looks to break around, not knocked on. So Valman still with ball in hand, still fighting through the contact. The youngsters, that been stolen. Chauke, Lochner. Well, she used to be a netball player, and that's accurate as they come. Janse van Rensburg. Still inside their own 22, still not looking to kick it out. Eventually comes out the back for Webb, and that's just shaped off the boot and not gone out. So Cowdrey under it. Cowdrey's got one to her name on her debut. Just falls into that contact. Ortiz comes. Tafuna, still going. Now they look to the forwards. Paris Reading puts her hand up to be the first to go.
Stay outside.
Still looking to go. The tuck is good. The drive even better. Still looking. Around the corner. Bailey.
Outside.
Just short. Still going. Eagles centimeters the reach. It's 3 tries in the second half, and on debut for Elizabeth Cook. Both debutants getting tries to their name in the first, and a salute. Well, fly, Eagles fly. Bella Vogel will take exactly 3 seconds before she kicks and will not miss. Bella Vogel gets the full 7, and what was 29 points to 0 at halftime is now 34-21. 3 tries. They kept knocking at the door of the USA Eagles, and the reach from Elizabeth Cook was just good enough. Eagles now chasing the game. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Fans that have traveled, mom and dad, they get the salute. Elizabeth Cook. Springbok Women, 3 minutes. Another 2 minutes left, and they get the penalty. Bread and butter for Anati Kolo.
Here we go, yeah.
Janse van Rensburg will just send it to the corner to give the Springbok Women opportunity. Elizabeth Cook celebrates, salutes her parents. Oh, and that's what it means. Tears all round. What a moment. That's been stolen. Statopoulos, the Springbok Women, fired an early shot at the beginning of this first half through Vino BC's try, but it's been all USA Eagles in the second half. 3 tries to their name, only trailing by 13. You would feel they feel they can back themselves to get another try, but it might just be a stretch too far. Kristen Bitter with the dink over the top, Andre Dorf with the juggle, just can't get it back into the hands, so it'll be a knock-on advantage for the USA Eagles. 90 seconds, and you can see Bella Vogel just calling everyone in, saying, let's play. Time starting to tick off the clock for the USA Eagles. Handling errors, 11 Springbok Women, 10 to the USA. That'll be part of the problem for the USA. Part of the reason why the scoreline looks the way it does, because off of the handling error, they'll have to go and face the Springbok Women scrum. That's been potent all afternoon. Ortiz feeds, will waste no time. Gets it out to Kristen Bitter, flat ball to Vogel.
Stay 20.
Cowdrey puts it on the boot, allows it to bounce into touch, and so it'll just take more time off the clock. And Elizabeth Cook, well, her parents still can't believe
Give the numbers, please, Suman.
what they've seen.
4. This way, please.
One final opportunity into the final 10 seconds of this match for the Springbok Women. Can they finish it off with a flurry? Grunewald to the front for Kolo. Jacobs will snipe. Jacobs will look to go herself. Jacobs will keep the defenders up, but that will be forward. But Elizabeth Webb, well, it won't be the try that they would hope for.
After the hooter, forward pass, that's game.
The forward pass came after the hooter, and so that will be all she wrote today. A first-time win for the Springbok Women since 2011 that they're able to get the USA Women's scalp. And it was unrelenting from the Springbok Women from minute 1. 5 tries in the first half to only the 1 in the second half. Yaki Silier off the boot, she's been good today. There were people all over the park for the Springbok Women that put their hand up. Logan Valmont, 2 tries in her 4th match in the green and gold for the senior side. Babawa Lacha got a try to her name. Vaina Ubisi's been all over the park today. Apiwe Ngwevu was busy. The USA just weren't able to fire a shot in the first 40, but in the second half, it was all USA Eagles. They got those 3 tries on debut for Cowdrey, on debut for Elizabeth Cook, and we saw how much that means to her parents. Tafuna getting the first try on the board. Damal Lochner, well, she's always busy. She sticks her head in some of the craziest places in a rugby match. And she will always look to be more than what is asked of her. Bella Vogel, the youngster, she's been really good in that 10 jersey. But they've laid the foundation now, the Springbok women. They've done exactly what's been asked of them to be able to get that first match under their belt, get the first one, get the win. And next week they will go to Loftus Versfeld. They will play the same opposition, which will set them up before they go on the European tour. For the USA Eagles, well, they had a Pac-4 tournament where they'd laid a foundation of their own. They got a win over Australia during Pac-4. But to come play at altitude, 1,700 meters above sea level, is what is some of the toughest things for traveling teams to come and do.